Hello guys, this is Seamus from the Asgardian Adventures. Today we've got a bit of a collaboration. This has been in the works for a long time. We've been building up the footage. So today, me and RKJ Fishing are doctors in perchology. Guys, I will see you in the episode. Guys, what is the Perca fluviatilis? That is the redfin perch, the English perch, Eurasian perch, or just perch. Whatever you want to call it, it is one awesome fish. It's an amazing little predator fish that we have here in the UK. So what we're going to do is, we're going to learn a bit about it. Because they're an amazing little guy. So the first thing you notice when you're going to catch a perch is its amazing colours. They have a beautiful green body with black stripes and these bright red fins, and also let's not forget that wonderful dorsal that they stick up in self-defense or when they're charging after fish. It's a display as well, but most importantly it's a defense mechanism for predator fish like pike that try to eat them. It's a sort of a mechanism that they use to get stuck in the throat. It's more of a, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. So how do you go about catching a perch? You can use a number of methods, guys. You can use live bait like minnows or small fry, any of the small fish. You can use worms. Worms are a really good bait to catch perch. Now lures, you can use spinners. Perch love spinners, crankbaits, small jerk baits, that sort of thing. Don't be afraid to go big though, guys, because perch are ambitious. Like I said, they will go for big lures, no problem. They feel like they can eat it. All right, they have eyes bigger than their belly, so you know, let them go for it. But they really are ambitious. You can use jigs. I love jigging for perch with soft plastic lures, worm imitations and grub imitations. They work really well. Crayfish lures. If you want to go after big perch, use them. So there's a few ways you can use to catch perch, guys. Believe it or not, guys, in the UK in the 70s the perch was nearly wiped out due to a disease. Don't know exactly what the disease was. I've been trying to find out what it was, but there's been no clear answers. But they were nearly wiped out. But they made a huge comeback. They are in the majority of the UK waters, even in lakes and ponds and whatever. They're there, and they grow to a colossal size. We have, I think the record is £6 in the UK. They go over £5 plus, like easy. And in most waters, there is £2 upwards. So they get big here, guys. They get big. Not as big as they are in Germany or in Sweden, but you know, they are massive. They look like rugby balls at that point. But amazing stuff. So me and Rohan started talking about this collaboration a long time ago, so we've been building up footage for it. So some of these clips you haven't seen, some of them you have, but they were actually made for this collaboration in the first place. But yeah, the reason we wanted to do it is because we wanted to see the difference between the perch here in the UK and the ones in Australia. Now the perch in Australia have been released there. They are invasive, but Rohan, where he lives, he's lucky enough to have the chance whether he can put them back or can take them home for dinner. He's lucky enough to have that option, whereas in some parts in Australia they have to kill them even if they love fishing for them. But upside, beautiful fish. Downside, they're invasive, so you know, they've got to do what they've got to do there, guys. They're not native there. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the differences. So we're going to see my clips of a few perch, and then Rohan's, and we've even got some clips from Robbie Alexander, Robbie Fishing. He was kind enough to let me and Rohan use some footage of his on some redfin perch. So I don't think there's much difference in the redfin perch, not at all, but there's some differences. So let's see if you guys can see them. with these next clips you're about to see, guys, you'll see the difference between clear water perch and sort of coloured water perch, because the murkier it gets, or the muddier it gets, they start to lose their colour. They don't need the their patterns and all the dark colours to blend in with anything, because it's muddy, which is pretty clever. But in clear water they do look prettier. So let's give these clips a look over. So as me and Rohan are going along through this journey of catching these different fish, we're not seeing much differences in the perch themselves, but where the difference is where you fish for them. Like where he's catching them from the Elmore Weir, compared to the Greens Lake. I think the Greens Lake is a bit more murkier, whereas Elmore Weir looks a bit more clear, so they're coming out more colourful. So whereas at Greens Lake it's murkier, so they're not as colourful. So it just depends on where you fish for them, really. The murkier the water, the pale they're going to be. More pale they're going to be, should I say. The clearer the water, they've got the colours. They need the camouflage to blend in with everything, so they've got these bright colours, the black stripes, the green bodies, so they can hide in all the weeds and whatnot. But that's the only differences we can find, other than the perch tend to get bigger in the UK. But we don't really eat them over here, so they get to a colossal size. Whereas Australia, they're an invasive species. They have the option of eating them. So apparently they're good eating. So hopefully one day I'll try one. But for now, I'm just happy catch and releasing them. There's not much point here in the UK eating one, because you can only take them up to 20 centimetres. After that, you have to put them back. So on that note, guys, let's play a clip from the Elmore Weir compared to the ones in Greens Lake.
Look at the beautiful colours on this one. This is what I wanted to get for Seamus, actually. Some footage of a darker redfin out of the river for him.
As you can see, guys, there's really not much difference between the perch in the UK and the ones in Australia. So coloration, it just depends on where you fish for them. Like I said previously, if the water is muddy or murky, they're going to be more pale. They don't need to hide, because you know they're pretty much covered by the water. So if it's clear water, they're going to have all their patterns and all their colours and all their glory, so they can hide. It acts as a camouflage, guys, because if you put a perch in between some weeds, you're not going to see it with those black stripes and those greens. It's going to be hidden. So yeah, so let's get on with the outro now, guys. Alright guys, before we get into the outro, I want to say a massive thank you to Rohan over at RKJ Fishing. It's been awesome doing this with you. I know it's been in the works for a while, you know, fishing for perch specifically for this episode and fishing for our normal videos. I know it can get mentally taxing. Sometimes it can take a whole day just to fish for one perch. So thank you so much for taking the time, mate, and thank you so much, Robbie, for letting us use some of your clips. I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, stay tuned for Rohan's take on this episode, guys. He's got one coming out as well. It is a collaboration. He's going to have his coming out in the next few days. So stay tuned for it. So you want to go over to his channel. Both channel links will be in the description below. So you got RKJ Fishing and Robbie Fishing. Go check them both out, guys. Both awesome creators. Rohan's awesome, and so is Robbie. Robbie has plenty of dad jokes, guys. Go and give yourself a laugh. But if you've enjoyed this episode and found it somewhat informative, please like, share and subscribe. Also, guys, you can see some more of my clips that you haven't seen yet in Rohan's video. So thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you in the next episode.